There's some custom carbon in this engine bay, and it's fucking sick, and I can't wait to show you. God damn, it's still this hot at 9 o'clock. Well, what's up, YouTube? It's Sick Me. Everyone calls me Sook, and today I'm telling you how to make easy power in your N55 X5. This also applies to N55 X6s, X3s, X4s, really any N55 powered car, so let's get right into it. You're going to need a handful of things to make decent, reliable power. So the first thing you want to do is let the car breathe better with some type of updated or upgraded intake system. That can be as simple as an AFE dry flow drop-in filter, which is more than enough for stage 1 and stage 2 power. You could pair that with what I ran for a while, which was a Turner Motorsport F10 carbon intake pipe. Pair that with an FTP Motorsport inlet, and you've got a setup that I ran on the car for about a year and a half and was able to, make really solid power. I've now since upgraded to the Midnight Motorsport intake system with the Midnight Motorsport inlet paired with it. In my opinion, it's a beefier system. The data does tell me that it is breathing better than the previous setup, so I'm looking forward to getting more track data with it. I've tried every single intake available for this chassis. That includes, stuff that's available for F10s that I've made work for this car, like the FTP inlet or like the Midnight Motorsport inlet. And honestly, the Midnight one is the best option for power, or if you're just looking for stage 1 or stage 2, just do an AFE dry flow drop-in filter and call it good and get a turbo inlet like a FTP one to go with it. I've tried a BMS one, I've tried the AFE stage 2 one that's available, I've tried the Beamer House front mount intake, and again, spending all my own money. I'm not sponsored by anyone. Nothing on this car has been sponsored. And really, this was for me to get data and to help everyone else figure out what works best. And in my opinion, based on the data that I have and how I use my car, the Midnight Motorsport intake and inlet system is the best option available for the F15, F16 chassis, even the F10, and so on. That's the first thing you'll need to make decent power. The second one is going to be a charge pipe. These, anytime you're making more than stock boost, these plastic charge pipes are going to blow. It was literally the first mod I did on this car after I bought it. I sent it to a shop a week later and had the charge pipe swapped out. I personally run the Evolution Raceworks one. This is the one that has the best fitment on the market. I hear a lot about VRSF or AliExpress, people needing to really shimmy it in there or loosen up the lower charge pipe or throttle body or whatever the case is to get the charge pipe on there. This is kind of a one and done deal with these ER pipes. I've got a polished one, and it's got a meth setup hooked up to it now. It's got bungs for meth if you need it. I'm running a single nozzle setup for mine, but in any case, that's something you definitely want. Even if you don't upgrade your intake at all, definitely upgrade your charge pipe, because the moment you throw more boost at these cars, they will destroy that thing. Once you've done those two things, the next thing you're ready for is an ECU unlock or some type of tune. Most F15 cars have had some type of software update, so there's a good chance you'll need to bench unlock it. A lot of shops now can bench unlock these ECUs. If anyone tells you that they need to send your ECU to Femto for F chassis, X5, X6, X3, X4, whatever, they are wrong, they are full of crap, and run away quick. These cars just require a bench unlock. The reason they do require a bench unlock is perhaps a previous owner, took it to a dealer after the year 2018, in which they offered a software update, which locked these ECUs again. Mine needed a bench unlock, and then we flashed it right after that. But again, that's the next thing you're gonna wanna do to really add that power, right? You're gonna want the tune to add the boost. So you could do MHD, you could do BM3 OTS. I'm team MHD. I will always run MHD. In my opinion, they offer superior logging capabilities for these cars, and their support with the CAN bus integration, for example, with my Ztronics CAN bus ECA kit, which is an off-the-shelf kit, integrates completely with MHD for CAN bus ethanol, flex fuel, etc. I'm team MHD. There's BM3 out there. You can also do the piggyback box. I ran a race chip on this car for a year before I unlocked the ECU. I think they're okay. I mean, It's obviously nothing like a flash tune, and I think piggybacks don't drive as well. So I would always recommend a flash tune. Having done all of it, just get yourself a MHD OTS map, for whatever octane is available for you, and call it good. And that'll get you for, stage one. I think MHD offers a stage one plus, but that's now you're good for stage one. If you want to go to stage two, now you want to add a downpipe. I've ran a VRSF catless one. I'm now on an Apex built catted one. I live in Illinois where they do emissions testing, so I've worked with Shoop to make sure this car can pass emissions tests with this catted downpipe on it. I highly recommend Apex built for cats and downpipes. They use the good cats, the Gezi cats. You can also use Evolution Raceworks. Really, for a downpipe, if you're going catless, they're far cheaper. The price you pay for a catted downpipe is the price for the cat itself. That's what you're paying for. If you're in an area that needs emissions, definitely get a catted downpipe. The BMWs, in my experience, do not respond well to O2 spacers. Maybe you have someone who knows how to do it right, but I've tried, several cars with O2 spacers on them, and none of them have worked properly. So do with that what you will, but that's my opinion on the downpipes. So we've covered 4 things so far that'll get you to the intake and the charge pipe, and a flash tune will get you stage 1. Add a downpipe, that'll get you to stage 2. That is what, will make you easy, reliable power, drive it wherever you want. You can take that one step further and add a high pressure fuel pump. Now, if you want to run ethanol, you definitely want a high pressure fuel pump. Anyone who says they're FBO E30 and hasn't done a high pressure fuel pump, in my opinion, is not FBO or full bolt-on, if you don't know what that means. People who say they're FBO E30 are too cheap to buy a fucking high pressure fuel pump, and they're just don't want to say so. You don't get the true benefits of running ethanol without adding a high pressure fuel pump, because the pump itself is able to pump out more fuel volume, which is required for ethanol applications. Ethanol inherently requires up to 30% more fuel volume, so those pumps are needed to get that fuel into the fuel rail at the same rail pressure, so your injectors can dump the fuel as needed. I ran a stage 1 Dorch on my stock turbo setup, and that was enough to run E50. And the car made 400 wheel horsepower and 490 torque on a Mustang dyno. So that's like 440 wheel on a dyno jet. Stock turbo E50. Now I'm on a Nostrum stage 2 high pressure fuel pump. My opinion is that if you're gonna do it, just go straight to the stage 2, or I think it's a DS25 from Dorch now. Don't waste your time with this TU stage 1 bullshit. I've done it all. Take it from someone who's done it all just to get to stage 2. Your tuner will also tell you that. So all those 5 things that we've listed off now, intake, charge pipe, ECU tune, downpipe, and a high pressure fuel pump, will get you easy, reliable power on your N55 powered X5. This will apply to really any N55 powered car in general, so do with that what you will. I get a lot of questions about how to make this type of power and what to do, so I hope this video has been helpful in providing that level of knowledge. It's very simple. All you have to do is pick the right parts, pick the right tune, and you've got a good setup. And with that said, you always want to make sure you do your maintenance. So as a bonus tip, one bonus tip I'm going to offer you is your car is going to need plugs and coil packs when you start tuning. I know several of you watching this video have probably tuned your car and then it needed plugs and it needed coil packs, and the coil packs that you want are the S55 Eldors. You don't need a B58 coil pack conversion. You don't bother with the Dynans, don't bother with the Carbons, don't bother with the CTS Turbo. There's proven data on the internet, if you just do a simple Google search, that shows S55 Eldors are plenty capable of putting down as much power as you need. There's 1,000 horsepower S55s using S55 Eldor coil packs, which is what I've run on this car. The car's got 90,000 miles on it now. They went on at 40,000 when it was stage 1, and then it was stage 2, and then it was stage 2 E50, and then it was Musselman turbo, and then it was full flex fuel. I've never had any issues with the fueling, with the octane, with the ignition. You just need to put fresh plugs in it every 10K, especially if you're using E85. But other than that, S55 L-doors. That's my bonus tip for anyone who's watching. That's all you need. You don't need anything crazy. Don't waste your money on dining. You're just paying for bullshit. So anyways, that's the video for today. Again, I just wanted to show everyone how easy it is to make power on your N55 powered X5, X6, X3, X4, 335, you name it. It's really easy. I've got links to stuff I'm using down below. So, if you want to take a look at what is on my car, please feel free. As always, I've got links to, stuff you see behind me in this garage. And if you have any questions and you want to get in touch, you can also follow me on Instagram below, as well as get in touch with me through Beamer Post by using the link to the build thread. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the love and support, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.